Three, two, one, and we're live, Paul.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the WrestleVLOGS podcast. Here on WrestleVLOGS, the best wrestling media show on all of Texas. I'm here. We're here back. Unfortunately, Zilla is not here, but myself, I'll introduce myself later. Myself and our San Antonio correspondent, the dildo dude himself, Chase, is here. Chase, how you doing today?
Doing great, brother.
And myself, I am the four-time former WrestleVlogs champion. I was a WrestleVlogs champion. I don't know if you saw the last video we put out in that car match I had in my car. I don't know where this masked guy named Príncipe Celestial just came out and beat my ass. Now he's the brand new WrestleVlogs champion, but who cares? My name is Julio Vasquez, and I am your host of the WrestleVlogs podcast. Here we have a great episode coming up. Chase, do you want to tell us a little bit more about this episode?
Yeah, man. We got a super dope interview with someone who unfortunately beat me in the promo tournament that me and Julio represented WrestleVlogs in. The Jock Christian Mox, super humble kid. It's like super humble, super cool, like down to earth. Like we just kind of shot the shit with them for a interview that we planned to go for 45 minutes, which ended up going for shit like well over 45 minutes. But yeah, unfortunately, like halfway for the first half of it was just me and him. Fortunately, Julio has some stuff come up, so you'll end up hearing him like halfway through. But man, it was honestly probably it was a good way to start off season 2, in my opinion. Just shooting the shit with someone like our viewers may not be known with, and of course, someone who kind of is infamous in the WrestleVlogs universe for certain reasons.
Yeah.
Goldust.
we'll get to that point a little bit later towards the end of our segment, uh, which is Roast This Pig. Goddamn, I'm forgetting my own segment names. The segment names. But it's been a while. It's been a while since
We've
we've
only
done.
been doing this for like 10 episodes. So
Yeah, we've been doing it a while. Um, our season finale wasn't planned, but that'll be for later reference, for later time. We'll put out this our actual season finale episode will be out later on another time. But for the meantime, we're right here starting off with season 2. Like how Chase said, with Christian Mox, a pretty humble guy from the Dallas Fort Worth area. He's
yes,
been
sir.
came out there and doing a lot of good stuff. And like how he said, I went there halfway through the interview, but still caught up with some things and learned a little bit more about the Jock. And it was a fun interview, and I really enjoyed it. But before we start, let's just talk a little bit how what we've been doing between this gap of the break we've having. Chase, how you been doing? How's San Antonio? How's everything? Have you done any wrestling shit related? Anything? Whatever you want to say.
I mean, San Antonio's been San Antonio. I mean, we're kind of slowly but surely easing up on our restrictions, which is, I guess, pretty all right. Of course, I miss going to wrestling shows and concerts and the whole 9 yards. But like as a healthcare worker, I can understand like now's not the time, and I'm being patient for that. But on the behind the scenes, been kind of making some contacts for some people y'all may or may not see in the future. Who knows when we got that going on? But just kind of keep your eye out because I got some things going on helping us fight the good fight.
That's good. The good fight against other podcasts we can't even mention because then they'll get triggered and then they'll start crying. But wait, is this the fight we're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's against these people. You could edit. You could edit this part. I don't know. You can figure it out. It's against these people. Apparently, they're saying they're the they claim to say they're the best podcast in Texas, and then they say they don't want the smoke. But at the end, I mean, We are the smoke. I don't know if that makes sense, but goddamn. But yeah, we're just here to try to fight. Chase has some surprises. He's been telling us about it, and it's pretty good. We ourselves have some great surprises coming up. We're gonna do some little changes on the vlogs, do things a little bit different. Mark the Mark is still gonna go on. I don't know what show I'm doing Mark the Mark, but there's some shows that have been popping up towards August. Also, um, more shows like around August, around the August time. There's been shows that have been announced. Excuse me. There have been shows that have been announced. Right now, we're just like what I gotta say about what I've been doing. For the meantime, we were working on that video of me versus the car, the cinematic match. Me and Zilla just were crazy, just crazy about it. We didn't really think. I wasn't really thinking of making it like that. We were originally thinking of something else, but I don't know. It's like, all right, fuck it. Let's just do a match with my car, and then we'll put it in specializado and all that good shit. Though it came out good. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Go check out the match with my car and Príncipe Celicero. What you think of the match, Chase?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Like I'm not just saying that because you guys are the homies, but I have the people I showed it to. They laughed. They thought it was awesome. They think it's funny. And personally, like I said, like I think it's a really you know pretty solid match. I mean, of course, personally, I would have liked to be current champion, but I mean, at least we finally have an actual human champion, not some pinche Volkswagen Jetta.
God damn. Good shit, my car, man. But yeah, it was a lot of people giving me some good feedback. Some people say they want to see more of that, of the cinematic matches and all that good stuff. And we had fun, and we don't mind doing more. And hold on. We don't mind doing more. We really hope to make some other matches later on, the cinematic way or different things to entertain y'all during these hard times. But yeah, it was good right now. So yeah, recently not a lot of shows have been popping up, but here in the Valley, there's been quite a few shows, mostly lucha shows, about like I think two promotions that I know of, and one of them is DAC Promotions. Last time we had Dil Dempsey here on the WrestleVlog podcast. By the way, if you haven't listened to it, go check it out. It's a great episode. He mentioned that he wrestled at this promotion named Dax Promotions, and that's where I'm going. For right now, just to see how everything good looks. Of course, doing social distancing, wearing a mask, or whatever they tell us to do. And he's there wrestling. He's been telling me that he's been missing to wrestle. Really hope to get him back in the podcast soon. Just shoot the shit with him. And right now, I'm not thinking of vlogging these shows. I don't think it's appropriate yet, but hopefully soon. Like I said, I don't know if I said already, but in August, more shows already been planned out to come back. Texas Wrestling League. I think Wrestling Revolution is thinking about like another month, and they'll be back. That's pretty much about till August. Also, GCWA is announcing their return. PPW that was supposed to make their debut on March, the week before everything got canceled. They're making their debut on August the 8th. A lot of shows are coming back, which is good. A lot of shows are running. Little shows here and there, but I haven't heard anything like that happening, so that's good. Just keep your social distancing and all that thing majiggy.
I think by this time the MPX is already either they're already a thing or they are talking about doing another show. And of course, I think Reality of Wrestling is doing theirs at the end of July. No?
Yeah, ROW is doing theirs at the end of July. I think MPX is already still running shows. They already have like 3 run shows so far. I think on the first show, Mox came back. Mox went to wrestle, which you'll hear a little bit more later on this show. But yeah, ROW, they have theirs planned on the 27th, but I'm not too positive about that. It might move it. I'm not too sure. But everything just seems to just come back to normal. But I really hope it just comes to that, not get anything worse. with all the problems going on right now. But yeah, the one I'm actually pretty much excited for is well, there's three. I'll say GCWA because that's pretty much my favorite promotion for a while because they love Mark the Mark there and they pretty much endorse it. But yeah,
Unofficial sponsors of Mark the Mark.
unofficial sponsors of Mark the Mark. There you go. Who else? PPW. I've been wanting to go to their first show. They had a great card. They had a stack card. They had this triple threat with Dale Dempsey, Chandler Hopkins. Oh no, not Dale Dempsey. Goddamn. Andy Dalton, Chandler Hopkins, and Gino. And they also had the triple threat women's for the women's championship, which was Roxy, Alex Gracia, and Thunder Rosa. I don't think these matches are gonna go back to this event. I'm not too sure. They haven't really said too much, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, all I can say is there's gonna be a good surprise, and hopefully for us, the crew of WrestleVlogs, to go out there and just do our thing.
Finally watch some damn wrestling.
Yeah, some good wrestling. Unlike where the fuck I'm going over here. it's decent.
It's wrestling. But like,
yeah, I mean it's.
I mean, Cyrus is over here fighting refs, so.
Oh yeah, Cyrus out here fighting refs. Like, gosh. But anyways, I mean it's good. It's just like I would say about lucha shows, I like the first two matches are all right, and then like the main event stuff, it gets pretty good. But yeah, what else? Yeah, Texas Wrestling League. Unfortunately, the WrestleFest convention got canceled.
Oh man, don't remind me.
It got postponed, not canceled. I mean, they think they might do it another time, but Texas Wrestling League is actually on that date of WrestleFest is actually gonna do a show, but they're gonna move it to Cena Del Rey. By the way, if you haven't, go donate to Cena Del Rey. We'll put the link in the description. But yeah, they're gonna move it to Cena Del Rey. Most of the card is still there. I think they're still gonna have Carlito versus Gino. They're gonna have Chavo Guerrero versus Cyrus. I think Thunder Rosa is still gonna be there. Príncipe, Fuego del Sol. Who else? All the other ones that are here from the Valley. It's good. I think it's gonna be a good show.
It should be an awesome show.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good show. You should come down, Chase, to go check it out. It's a good card, stacked card. Because
I know. Yes, sir.
On top of those three matches that I mentioned, they're gonna have a title tournament. So, to crown the brand new Texas Wrestling League champion.
But yeah, that show should be solid. If hopefully I'll be able to make it out. You know, especially for Gino versus Carlito, that should be a really banger of a match. You know, and of course Cyrus versus Chavo, that one should steal the show.
Yeah, Cyrus is pretty good. I know some of our listeners go check out one of the vlogs. I think on WrestleVlog 2, no, WrestleVlog 3. We had some highlights from Cyrus where he was wrestling Septimo Dragon from MLW. They're actually tag partners at a promotion. He was telling me one of the interviews you have him as well. Y'all go watch that interview and go check it out. And yeah, he's pretty good. He's very talented. And Chavo Guerrero, of course, we all know Chavo Guerrero.
The legend.
The legend. And I think that's going to be a banger of a match.
Yes, sir.
Fuego Sol's going to be there. Our guy from the WrestleVlogs champion, Príncipe Celestial, is going to be there. And a lot of people are going to be there.
If y'all are in the area, definitely go support it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of talent on the match, and should be one hell of a card. It's a really stacked card.
Yeah. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, for the people that are familiar with Cherry Ramones, he's coming back. So he'll be in that show as well. So you're going to see him his return. Check it out. Unless he's going to return at another promotion. I'm not too sure. But for sure, he's going to be in that show. You've been wanting to see Cherry Ramones wrestle for a while. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Chase has been doing. But other than that, anything else you want to add, Chase, before we hit the play on this recording?
No, man, that's really
Or,
it. Other than because we, and of course, as with season 2, guys, always feel free to let us know what you want to see, who you want to see. We're open to refs, wrestlers, managers, promoters, merch salesmen, popcorn salesmen, bartenders, anyone who's involved in wrestling. Let us know, and we'll interview them.
as well as we're gonna start doing something new for season 2. We're gonna start letting some fans in, probably quite a few fans in the podcast as well, just shoot the shit with us and stuff, and more, a little bit more people related to wrestling business, but not really. But we have some names in plan to do soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this interview with the Mox Christian. Wait, with the enjoy enjoy this interview with the Jock Christian Mox. I'm so sorry, Christian. I think that's a little payback on whatever's gonna happen towards the end of the show on our segment. So guys, listen to this. Listen to Christian Mox. He has a lot of great things to say. And let's go with the interview. And fuck High Spots Angle.
All right, guys. So here on the WrestleVlog sessions, we have the one, the only, the Jock, Christian Mox. Christian, how you doing, buddy?
Doing fantastic, Chase. How you doing?
Can't complain, brother. Can't complain. How's it been up in the Dallas area so far?
Uh, all right, man. Just a bunch of crazy stuff going on in the world. Protests and stuff like that.
For sure, man. Just to kind of start this off, can you kind of introduce yourself to our viewers who may not be familiar with who you are?
Yeah. So I am Christian the Jock Mox. I am the second youngest graduate in DFW All Pro history, trained by Lamont Williams, who's been doing it about 20 years. Um, Scored 4 touchdowns in one game, and no, I don't take after Al Bundy because his was fake. Mine was real. Okay. So, yep, I'm the jock of all sports, and yeah, that's
Right
me.
on, right on, brother. I know you kind of touched upon uh, who trained you, but can you kind of like go into like how exactly you got into wrestling?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, I'm sure you've heard this a lot. I've watched it since I was younger. Um, and I also watched, football and baseball and basketball along with that. And I did all that in high school, but after high school, instead of playing college ball, I decided to do the thing that I truly love, and that's professional wrestling.
Right on, man. Who were kind of like your influences growing up? Not only from wrestling, but from like all the other sports that you watch. Like, did any of your like outside influences, like from baseball or football, kind of play uh,
Oh,
a part in getting into your character?
oh, that's a good question. Now, while I'm better than all these people, I will say that I did enjoy watching, Cowboys. I liked watching Tony Romo and Des Bryant and all those people. Liked watching the Rangers, and watching the Mavericks. Just pretty much anything that's Texas, like anything that's a Texas team. Pretty much, I always enjoyed watching. And my people I like to watch a lot. Professional wrestling. I like to watch Randy Orton when he was doing the Legend Killer shtick, and I always like to go back and watch The Rock, and I like to watch people like Terry Gordy, Stan Hansen, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, people like that.
Right on, man. Right on. Um, as I say, now I know you kind of mentioned like who trained you, but can you kind of like go like more in depth about your training process? Like, what was like the one thing that made you want to pursue wrestling as opposed to like you mentioned earlier, playing college ball or anything like that, and kind of what made you want to choose the DFW?
So it's actually a very interesting story. So while I was balling out my senior year in high school, I was scrolling through the book Face, and I saw DFW on Facebook, and I was like, man, like I didn't know there was a school in the area I was living in because I was playing football at Richland High School in North Richland Hills, and I didn't know there was a wrestling school close, so I was like, hey, maybe I should give this a try because I've always liked professional wrestling. I did a tryout in December 20 while I was in high school, and I was like, wow, this is definitely for me. And after I graduated, I decided to go to DFW All Pro, and it's one of the best decisions I've made in my life for sure.
Right on, man. Right on. Now, how long you been wrestling for?
So I've been training since 2017, and I've been wrestling shows since April of 2018. So about I've been wrestling shows for about 2 years and some change.
Damn, that's not that long.
No,
Now,
it's not.
now, unfortunately, we do know the whole like COVID-19 pandemic, like kind of put a halt on
Yeah.
all things wrestling. How did that kind of impact your career?
the COVID-19.
Yeah, like how it kind of, put a hold on wrestling in
Oh,
general.
oh yeah, man. I was actually supposed to be in a #1 contenders match for the DFW All Pro title, and that show got canceled. And I had a bunch of shows. I had a match with Johnny Melee that was supposed to happen. I had stuff with MPX. Just had a bunch of stuff, man, that got canceled, and it just sucks because I was out, about I would say about 4 or 5 months last year with an injury. Then I came back in January, and then this happened, and now wrestling is out again. So it's like, what can you do,
Mhm. Now, have you been like taking this time to kind of like like what's the word I'm looking for? Improve upon anything? Like as in like have you been trying to get better doing promos? Like we do know you pretty much demolished me in that promo tournament from Nastico.
You tried.
Um,
You
yeah,
tried, kid. That.
I mean that's gotta count for something. I gotta get a participation trophy or some shit for that.
Yeah.
um, no, but I wasn't gonna say. But yeah, like have besides from that, like have you been doing anything? Like have you been doing more workouts? Like have you been like doing any sort of drills or anything like to kind of like keep up where you can kind of like once wrestling begins, you can hit the ground running and kick some ass pretty much?
Oh yeah. Well, I've been training in the gym like normal. Just doing all my powerlifting lifts and stuff like that. And I've just been studying. Just been taking this time to really study matches, man. Because while wrestling was going on, I didn't have a ton of free time, to watch a bunch of old stuff from WCW and ECW and stuff like that. So just really been taking this time to study tape and get better in promos by doing the promo tournaments and stuff like that.
Right now, on the topic of the promo tournament, what made you want to get into that promo tournament with Nastico?
Well, I just saw a lot of people entering it, a couple of people from my school entering it, and I felt like that was a perfect opportunity to show what I can do, in my promo game, and it doing that, did a lot of good things for me. Things that I can't share right now because they're going to be happening in July and August, but it got me a couple big bookings, and yeah, it just did a lot of good.
Oh, right on. Now, as our viewers know, and I do gotta pick your brain about this. Again, like I mentioned before, you fucking demolished me in that first round.
You know
So,
what? You did make me laugh though with the picture.
hmm
Because going into that, I was like, man, I got this in the bag. And you
hmm
surprised me. You surprised me. You did better than some other ones did. Some others forfeited because they couldn't
hmm
handle the heat in the kitchen. But you stuck through it and you pressed the hell out of me, man.
Right on. Now, especially like, cause I'm not trained to do promos at all. Like, and
Exactly.
I literally, fun fact for that, I actually forgot to film my promo. I was gonna do this whole
Uh,
thing where I have a basketball hoop in front of my house, and I was gonna have someone record me, and I was gonna basically make a blind free throw,
it's
and I
fantastic.
was gonna like do this whole thing, and then I got off work and I forgot. I was like, oh shit, I gotta do my promo.
Yeah,
So at like 10:30, like I just changed out of my work clothes, put on a shirt, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna do it. But the one thing like I knew I had to include was calling you ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
that was a good one. That was a good one. That made me giggle. Not gonna lie. There's not a lot of things that make the Jock giggle, but that one certainly did.
Right on. I just felt like that one was like like my magnum opus. I was like, oh come on, if this promo is gonna be shit, but at least this is gonna be the one.
Yeah,
Maybe
it was.
consider people like, hey, that's pretty good, but
No, I liked it. I don't say that to a lot of people, but I mean I liked it, man.
right
Hence
on. Thank you,
hence
man.
why I'm on this podcast.
Right on. Thank you, man. Means a lot. But I just do kind of like want to like again like pick your brain some more and like when Nastico announced like it was gonna be you versus me. I'm gonna be honest. I was like I didn't know anything about you. I was like
Yeah.
because I'm based here in like the San Antonio Austin area and you know the Dallas Fort Worth area is kind of its own thing and I'm not too familiar with any Dallas talent unless they come here to San Antonio. Of course, so I was like, man, who is this guy? So I kind of did some research. I was like, okay, this could be something. Because you're a wrestler. Meanwhile, I'm just a fucking dude with part of the WrestleVlogs, part of our fucking podcast and a YouTube channel. What was kind of like your thoughts going in, like when you saw you were gonna be going up against me, and kind of like what was your thought going into the promo?
Well, I mean, to be honest, like it was kind of the same thing because I didn't really know anything about it. You had the little Wrestle Vlogs thing going on, but like I didn't know, like I did, I've never seen video of you or anything like that. So I was like, man, I had to really think about, what to say, you know. I mean, I usually say pretty witty things, but that one I had to think a little bit, and yeah, it took me a little while to write it out and stuff.
Right on. And I mean, I gotta give you some praise too, because that was a pretty good promo. Like, of course, I don't want to be thrown into a locker and have my lunch money stolen. Like,
Uh,
no one fucking does. But that's
uh,
I actually showed when I shared that to some of my coworkers. They were like quoting that to me. They're like, who's that guy that's gonna like throw you in the locker and shit.
yeah.
I'm like, it's the guy I lost to, guys. And I even my family, like they quote that to me too. Like my uncle called me and I was telling him about the podcast. I was like, yeah, we're gonna have Christian Mox on the podcast. And he's like, is that the guy who's gonna steal your lunch money?
I mean, you wouldn't be the first one I've done it to, my guy.
Right. Oh, right on, man. Uh, um. Anyway, so like we mentioned earlier, you are mainly based in the Dallas Fort Worth area, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, have you ever considered coming down like to any other cities? If so, like what are some of the cities you kind of want to go to and some of the talent you want to work with?
So I definitely do want to check out heavy metal in San
Oh,
Antonio.
oh, fuck yeah. Sorry, that's my. I'm a as anyone on this podcast knows,
Good.
I'm a huge mark for heavy metal wrestling. That's my favorite promotion in San Antonio. So you saying that, I'm like, oh yes, I would love to have you have you on heavy metal. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm a huge mark for that.
No, you're good. I just I dig what they do down there. I dig what Ruben Seal does down there, and also want to check out Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, also want to check out New Texas Pro. Um, and there is, like I said, I can't share it right now. But there is a promotion that's really big that I've been wanting to wrestle for, that I will be wrestling for in July, I believe. It's either July or August, just depending on how this COVID thing goes. But
Mm-hmm.
that one's pretty far from Dallas, and also want to check out LWA,
Oh,
Laredo.
right
Yeah, yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. And there's just a bunch of places, man. Um, I haven't got to go to. I want to go to Arkansas. I want to go to Kansas. Just a lot of places, man.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Um, Now, so who's some of the talent that you really want to work with, like here in Texas in general?
Oh man. Oh, there's so much good talent. a name that pops up in my head instantly is T-Ray.
Oh yes.
Um, I definitely would like to work Ryan Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot. There's a lot of cats in reality of wrestling I want to face. That's one place I forgot to mention is reality of wrestling. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Will Allday, Brandon Steen. There's a bunch of good guys down there. I definitely want to work ASF.
Mm-hmm. Right
Um,
on.
yeah. Trying to think. Tino Valentino. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, man, sorry. There's just so many good people.
No, you're good,
It's hard
man.
to work specific. Like for real, there's just so much freaking talent in Texas. Like I honestly, I think Texas is absolutely one of the hottest independent states in Texas, no doubt.
Oh, dude, you're no man. You're absolutely right. Like, you know, like you said, like there's so many. There's like a hotbed of just nothing but pure raw talent. Like, you mentioned like ASF for example. Kid's been blowing up recently.
Yes.
You know, like not too long ago, I want to say January, he had a banger of a match with Gino at Heavy Metal Wrestling. You know, that
Yes.
completely
Yes.
stole the show. But
Uh,
one interesting name that you mentioned was T-Ray, because man, like that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Like, he used to be really big in the heavy metal wrestling scene, and then last time I saw him was back in November, like the very last taping of Heavy Metal Thunder, and I was
yeah.
like, that's someone that I feel like is like super underrated. You know, he
Abs-
doesn't someone that doesn't get enough attention.
yeah, and like I feel like me and him, me and him wrestle a very similar sorry,
Mhm.
style. Like no fucks given, aggressive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We'll knock each other out. And man, there's actually a couple more names that just popped up in my head. If we're still on that topic,
Yeah, man, shoot.
um, I definitely want to work Brett McKenzie,
Mhm.
um, Michael Schaefer, Dave Sagan, Ryan Remington, Tommy Becker. Um, and my ultimate dream match, pray to God this happens someday, is Shane Taylor. I would
Oh, dude,
do anything
yes.
for Shane Taylor.
Shane Taylor, in my opinion, he is one of the best Ring of Honor television champions that we've had in a while.
Absolutely. And
Um, yeah, fuck, we can go on about Shane Taylor if you'd like, because I got nothing but good
oh
things to say about Shane Taylor.
yeah, Shane. The thing I love similar to T Ray, bro. Like he just knockout, drag out style,
Hmm.
and I like to wrestle guys like that, because when I played football, I would knock people in the mouth and not give a shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And Shane Taylor gives me those vibes, so I feel like, locked it up. I feel like that it'd be a hell of a match for sure.
Right now, like I'll say this: I went to a Ring of Honor show about a year ago, and I was in the section like right behind fuck, what's the announcer's name? Fuck, what's his name?
Uh,
Bobby Cruz, I think that's his name. I
I
think.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, I always forget his name. I was behind him and Amy Rose, and I'll tell you what, I'm glad they were separating me and Shane Taylor, because my section was just talking some mad shit about him, and
Mm.
I'll admit I'm a little shit. I'll throw some jabs here and there, and I can't remember what I said for the life of me, but I said something that pissed him off, and he got like, if it wasn't for then, like I probably would have like gotten in the face of Shane Taylor, and that was the one time where I was legitimately like, oh shit, I'm gonna fucking die tonight. One of
Yeah,
he's a
he's
scary motherfucker.
Tim
Yeah,
for sure.
and
Uh,
it's crazy because what was it, back in November, the fall, winter, one of those. In Ring of Honor, they did what was it? They did a free signing for just for the fans, like just to come out and do a signing here at the wrestling shop here in San Antonio. And Shane Taylor was there, and I was thinking to myself, ah, shit, he's probably gonna remember me. He's probably. I was thinking hope he's not in character. Hope he's not in character. And I walk up, and man, he's such a down to earth dude, so cool. I was hyping him up, or I was talking to him about. I think at the time he was in a program going for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship at the time. So I was hyping him up. I was like, man, they need to put the title on you. I was like, they need to call it Taylor 2 belts. And he was like, that's fucking awesome, man. He's like, I need to bring you as my hype band. I was like, please do.
So yeah, if Shane Taylor ever comes back to VIP or DFW, I'll be lobbying for that. Like I want him in the ring so bad. Like
Well, shit, folks. You heard it here, man.
so bad. For
It's
real.
all good.
Yeah.
Now, kind of going back to heavy metal wrestling, I did hear you mention one of my personal favorites, Ruben Steele.
Yes.
Is that someone else you want to get in the ring with?
Yeah, man, because I've never, and I'll get sort of hardcore death match or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely do want to dabble in it, a couple times, see how I can hang in that environment. And I feel like Ruben Steele is the guy to introduce somebody to that kind of style.
Right. I mean, considering like he's been in the ring with some of the greats, like he's
Masada,
Masada, like you mentioned Masada. He had a banger of a match at the Texas Deathmatch Massacre with Great Scott. Not too long ago he was in the, I guess you can say, the No Ring with Casanova Valentine, which I was there, and kind of how I got my nickname of the dildo dude here on the show. I feel like you would like fit like the heavy metal crowd because it's one of the, like, I think Roxy said it the best, like one of the best reasons why that crowd's so energetic is because everyone's drunk.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I also want to check out Lucha Brutal too, man. They got some good stuff going on there.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen some pretty good shit come out of Lucha Brutal.
Yeah, I heard that they might. I mean, this is just a rumor. I don't know. They might be doing a heavyweight tournament later in the year. So I'd definitely be interested in doing that.
Yeah, like a tournament's definitely something like we've talked about. I think we've talked about on the show, or we might have not. But we've definitely talked about like doing kind of like a best of the Super Juniors type of stuff.
Yeah.
But like of course that's like junior heavy, like junior weights and stuff.
I'm definitely not a junior. Wait.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's kind of hard to be a junior weight when your nickname is the Jock, and you scored 4 touchdowns in a game. So
exactly, you gotta have a little meat on the bones. No offense to junior heavyweights. I think they're phenomenal for sure. There's so many good junior heavyweights in Texas and all over the world right now for sure. I have nothing, even though I like to throw them around, I have nothing but respect for the stuff they do in the sure.
Right. I mean, because what's the word I'm looking for? Like, there's a place for everything. I think Brian Zane said it the best. Like every wrestling is good.
Yeah.
Like if you want your classic hostile, meat and potatoes type of stuff, it's there. If you want to do that, that's cool. If you want to do the more like technical, like submission based, mat based stuff, that's cool. If you want to do like the high flying luchador, Jim Cornette's favorite flippy shit,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a place for it, which is I think is definitely cool.
I mean, that's what that's why my school is all pro. That's why our shows are so good, man. Because I have a little bit of everything, man. We got our heavyweights, we got our badass woman, we got our our cruiserweights that are fucking phenomenal. and we got our hardcore guys. That's why I love All Pro so much. I mean, I'm trying to like plug a lot, but like that's just why I enjoy training at that school and why I enjoy wrestling on the All Pro shows so much.
Yeah, right on. Now, so like I know you kind of mentioned doing the like getting into like the more like dabbling a little bit in the more like hardcore deathmatch type of stuff. Is there anything else you kind of want to dabble into?
I definitely, when I'm more, further along in my career, when I'm a little older, probably I would say around 25, 26, I definitely would like to dabble in, the UK, uh, wrestling. That
That catch
style interests me.
wrestling.
Yes, yeah, catch as can, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a style I feel like is really underrated nowadays. You know?
Oh, absolutely, man. Like NXT UK, like that
Oh
stuff is
man,
phenomenal, man.
the UK scene doesn't get enough love as it
No,
should.
no, not at all, man. There's so many talented people that work on the UK scene, for sure.
Exactly. You know, and like promotions like like Progress, like they don't really. I love their product. They do not get the love that they should, or
Oh, yeah.
or like ICW for example. Like fucking Drew McIntyre. He was their champion for a little bit before he moved
Yeah.
to. I think it was before he either moved to Impact or before WWE. It's one of those two. I'm not like entirely sure, but
Yeah.
like that scene, of course we've seen all like the greats that come out of like the UK scene, like Pete Dunne, Gallus,
Oh, yeah.
and I tell you what, man, their fan base is, I would say, rivals Texas as one of the rowdiest.
Oh, yeah, man. And you mentioned Pete Dunne, and
Hmm.
Pete. I like to watch Pete Dunne a lot. Pete Dunne is phenomenal.
It's amazing how he could, like, I'll admit, like, I don't want to say like I used to not be like a huge fan of like the more like catch wrestling style, but like once I started watching more like NXT UK and Pete Dunne, I learned to appreciate it a lot more. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
that whole like the whole like technical like joint manipulation type stuff, like that is
Yes.
that's the style like is just underrated. Like I mentioned, like the crowds are like there's something else too. Like I was I was ringside for the NXT Worlds Collide show in Houston, and right behind me was just a huge section of just these dedicated like guys from the UK who traveled to be here. In my even in my
Right.
hotel, like as I was hanging out in the lobby, like I heard these ladies from Britain. They came all the way from from their country to come here. Had like an entire section during the DIY and Gallus match where, and like they were like making songs, like they were like chanting, they were doing the whole 9 yards, and I was like, God damn, these guys are dedicated. I'll dig that
UK is a wrestling for sure.
for sure. And but is there anyone like from the UK that was that like a place like you kind of want to go to? Because a lot of wrestlers like like they want to go to Mexico or they want to go to Japan. Is that like one of those places that you want to go to, the UK?
I mean, it's definitely a bucket, list for sure. Like, I mean, I definitely want to, check out Mexico and Japan, just everywhere, man. Like, I hope one day I can just travel the world, and wrestle everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Right on, I feel that, man. Um, before we kind of get Julio on here, because I know he had a few questions he wanted to ask, mainly about the character. So I was,
Okay.
so I was gonna kind
Well, it's not really so much a character. It's kind of just, me just turned up a little bit.
yeah, I forgot. I think Brian Zane said that. I watch a lot of Brian Zane if you can't tell, but he said that a lot. Like too, he was like some of the best you know characters are just people turned up to 11. I think
Yeah.
even Matt Riddle said in an interview where like he's like, yeah, you can go out playing a Viking, you can go out playing whatever, but at the end of the day, Is that really you?
Yeah, I mean, because look, I don't call myself the jock just to be a character. I mean, I've played sports since I was like three. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah,
I've played basketball, soccer, baseball, football. I mean, I've done a lot. So I don't call myself it for no reason.
yeah, for sure. Now, like I was gonna say, like, it's something that I could definitely like, get behind too. Like, like you said, like, this is you cranked up to 11. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
again, like you could see someone playing, fucking whatever, and you're just kind of like, that's not really you, man.
yeah. I mean, and I had people, comment towards me and be like, "Oh, why don't you show off, trophies and stuff like that?" It's because like I don't have to show off my trophies. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
need to show off any of that. My body of work shows shows that enough.
right now, have you kind of like, is there anything like from like other sports that you've learned that kind of like helped you in wrestling? Like as far as like anything like the discipline in football or like anything like that?
Well, I will say that I did amateur wrestling as well in high school,
Oh,
and
no shit.
yeah, so I that definitely helped. With like shots and stuff like that. And I feel like that helps me a little bit. In chain wrestling, and then football absolutely helped with like aggressiveness and intensity. 'Cause when I go in that ring, it's fucking game on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like no holding back, 100% go. So yeah, that it definitely helped with that. And as far as discipline, football definitely helped with that because I've had coaches yell at me plenty of times. Trust me. So
Oh, I know too. I mean, I used like before like I used to play like football and I used to run track, but then I pulled a muscle in my thigh and that just kind of ended my whole like middle school, high school athletic career period.
oh
So
boy, I've had a ton of injuries. I can tell you all the injuries I've had.
yeah, mine are just half me. I got injured and it just kind of like limited my I would say my athletic ability because I really didn't have one much to begin with. But like I played like when I was in like seventh grade. Like I was believe it or not, me standing at 5'8" at the time. I was like 110 pounds. I was a lineman.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
don't ask me why my coaches were like, yeah, this guy's gonna be a good lineman as opposed to anything.
Mm,
I was like,
mm.
all right, I guess.
Did
But
y'all have a
my
bad?
yeah, coaches kind of sucked. I'm at
Fair enough.
like okay, like let me put it to you this way. I'm at Julio in right now. So
Okay.
like let me put it to you this way. Like our my seventh grade, we didn't win a single game until like
Mm,
well, I don't know if it's the same like in high school, but like we had like our A team and then our B team. The A team was like,
yeah.
like all the guys that were like, like 5'10", like 180, like all the bigger guys. Meanwhile, the B team was just like us, like pipsqueaks, like
Uh-huh.
fucking. We're just there because they felt bad, type of deal.
Because they felt
I mean, literally, that's what it was. Like again,
that's
like
so bad.
you looked at the guys at the A team, and you're just kind of like, oh shit, these guys are gonna do something. And you look at us, and it's just kind of like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
Like, and like again, like I'll put it in perspective. Like our A team, like I mean, they didn't go to like state or anything, but like they won like a fair amount of games. Meanwhile, like our B team, we didn't win jack shit until the one year I didn't play. Our B team like
Mm.
actually started winning shit. All right, guys. So we took a small break, unexpected break, but now we are joined by the man himself, Julio.
the Mark That Gets Mark. I'm here, guys. We're back, season 2 of the WrestleVLOGS podcast. But let's continue. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, Julio,
Yes,
ask
sir.
away, buddy.
So yeah, y'all were talking about football, correct? When I just got here. I kind of want to know a little bit more about your football career, Christian. Like, how did it go, and like, just how was it basically, and was there like any like achievements? What was like the things going on, rivalries, and all that good stuff?
So basically, I played in Richland Hills, North Richland Hills, and the JV teams I was on were all right. We did okay. It wasn't me. There was trash players on the teams. Trust me. Um, I mean, I'm just being honest.
Every team,
And
every team has their trash players.
exactly.
Me included.
And but no, varsity year, we won state. Like I've said in all my promos and stuff, we won state, and we barely won state. It was about a field goal. We got the job done. And as you know, I scored 4 touchdowns in one game. That was in the district playoffs. That's the football that I carry around all the time. Is my district football. And yeah, say my high school career went great. And I could have played college ball, but like I told Chase, pro wrestling has been something that I've loved. You know what? This is something I want to do.
That's great. And who was the team y'all faced in the state playoffs? How did that game go? Like how you mentioned it was by a field goal, but how were the nerves there during that game?
Dude, the nerves were off the charts. Let me tell you, that locker room before games, I had butted a locker, made a dent in it.
Shit.
And it was crazy, bro. And we got on that field, and it was a fucking battle, bro.
I bet, yeah, football games. Well, like I said, we only went to the third round, but there was this one game that we were like, they were also a pretty good team. It was McAllen Memorial. They had Trevor States. I think he's getting transferred to Notre Dame. He was in Stanford, but that guy was like the best in the valley because, well, not really. We had our other running back as well. Our running back was good, but that game was like so close. We barely even won like by the last minute because of special teams to the kickoff and like a minute of a touchdown. It was a good game. But I get where you're coming from. The emotions off the chains, like because you never know when it's gonna be like your last game playing, you know. But I'm glad that you made it to the state championship game. That's pretty badass.
Absolutely.
Right on, man. Now, again, like just to kind of like keep on the topic of like wrestling and football, like kind of going hand to hand. Like, do you feel like the nerves that you got from your particular football game, like kind of like helped you like kind of get in the zone, like calm your nerves before a big wrestling match?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, before those big playoff games, man, I was a nervous wreck. I'm not gonna lie, man, because that's a lot of pressure. And now before big matches, I've learned to calm the nerves a little bit. I still have my pre-match ritual. I get the pump on the chest all pumped up. Dump some water on my head. But I just put some headphones in and just keep the mentality that it's game time,
Right on.
So yeah, was there any other like sports you did besides the football, or was it just football they made you do? Because I know there is some places, well, where I went to San Benito, they'll tell you, all right, you do football, but you gotta do another sport. That's what you gotta do to same football. But was there ever like freestyle wrestling or something like that around there, or did you ever do any other sport?
Yeah, I did amateur wrestling. And I played baseball for about so I've done a lot of sports. Let's put it that way.
I mean, shit,
That's great.
You wouldn't call yourself the Jock for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so let's go a little bit to your wrestling career now. How did your first match go? Who was it against? Where was it at? A little background story on how that day went down.
So my first match was at DFW All Pro. It was in I'm trying to remember. It was in 2018. It was against Dallin Hyde, who's a very tall guy, very very tall. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of him or not. He's about 6'8", 6'9", and yeah, it went good. I mean, I lost, but I speared the shit out of him, so I left an impression for sure.
And you got a great experience out of it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, he
What?
gave me my first set of chops. That was lovely.
Oof.
God damn. Julio, I know you're all familiar
Tell me
with
about
that
it.
shit.
What experiences did you learn from your first match? Like, what did you gain out of it, and put it onto like matches, your next match, and after your next matches after that?
Well, you know, the good thing about being in the ring with somebody that tall in your first match is after you work with somebody, you can work with anybody. Like it after that match, you know, my aggressiveness definitely turned up. I mean, I was aggressive for sure, but after facing somebody like that, I was like, man, like I gotta go back to my, you know, middle linebacker days of how aggressive I was, and yeah, it just brought the animal out of me for sure.
Right on, man. Right on. Now, I would say, just to kind of super backtrack to what we said earlier, you did mention you do want to expand here in the more like down south towards the border. Now, you did mention you want to come down to LWA, but are there any other like promotions you want to work with in the Valley wise, since you know Julio's based down there?
Yeah, the Valley. I mean, the Valley's it's a pretty good place. I would recommend for you to come. But like hey Chase said, would it be what would you be down to come down to the Valley, just get some work in?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I'm just trying to hustle anywhere where I can get my name out there. You know, I mean, let me paraphrase. Anywhere that I haven't got to wrestle at, you know, like I don't want to, you know, keep wrestling at the same promotions. Like, I mean, All Pro is the only promotion I'm gonna stay loyal to. But like, I definitely want to, you know, try other promotions and like, you know, heavy metal and LWA and stuff like that, and just get my name just, you know, across Texas.
Yeah, it's always good to expand out, because usually
Exactly.
that's the problem. The problem here, well, here in the Valley, everybody just stays local. They don't really go out. Um, but it's also in other places, not only here, but it's also good to just get your name out there, send clips, send videos, tell your fans to tell promoters about you, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, like, and you know, like I said, I definitely want to try out a bunch of different promotions. Like I've worked SOAR and all that, you know, and you know, I like working there, but like I don't want to, you know, be there every weekend. You know what I mean? Like I just, you know, just try a ton of places.
Now, like we did again, let's say, could we get you to mark the mark that's Julio at one of these shows one day? Would you ever be down to chop Julio?
Absolutely.
All right.
Have you seen
Absolutely.
those?
But make it even better, do a double hand chop.
Oh,
Ooh, yes.
I
Book
would die, man.
it. Book it.
I'll think about it. The one of the chops I've been mostly afraid of is moonshines, and
I've taken it. I've taken a chop from him, and yeah, you should be afraid.
uh, I don't know.
That just makes me want to see it even more.
Shit, man. I'll just have like an ambulance there or something. But
Yeah.
Julio,
have you seen? Huh?
I was like, Julio, you know I work in the medical field, so I'm all the ambulance you got there, brother.
Oh yeah, I'll take you. Uh, let me see. Have you Christian? Have you seen like the chops that I've been getting through the vlogs, or you haven't had a chance to see them?
I've gotten to watch a couple. Didn't Thunder Rosa give you one, if I'm not mistaken?
She gave me one, but in different show. I think she chopped me twice and two shows.
Yeah,
The first show was at
yeah, yeah, yeah.
here locally, because I brought a Sammy Guevara shirt. We all know she loves Sammy
Yeah.
Guevara so much.
Oh
They're best
yeah,
friends.
absolutely.
They're best friends. But what's it called? Yeah, and I was like, you know what, let me interview her. And then she's like, oh, you're not gonna interview me with this shirt. And bah, she just chops me. And then
Mm.
at GCWA Corpus, I mean, I was just messing around with her and whatever. And then it all started with Gino. He chopped me, and then after that, Rosa was just there, and then ASF came down. Then Andy Dalton, and then
Ooh.
Moonshine was gonna come, and I was like, nah, 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 I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get out, and I just stopped, and I was like, next time. And I think next time he came, but
Uh,
he completely forgot about it. So I was like, damn, I was safe.
let me just let me put it to you this way, bro. Moonshine chopped me twice because we had a triple threat match at DFW last year, and I was a little purple in my chest, not gonna lie. Uh, so good luck.
Even even more reason why for it to be booked. I'm telling you, we need to get this fucking booked.
I say we should. So somewhere, I really hope we really hope to see you, Christian, somewhere down the road. And for sure, I'll let you mark the mark. You guys just heard it here on the WrestleVlog Session podcast. Whenever we see Christian Mox, I'm gonna get chopped, mark the mark, and whoever else is there in that show, because usually, I think it's a tradition that I do like a chop party.
Hey
Just
man, you need to come down to All Pro. We got a bunch of people
Mhm.
that will chop you. My trainer, Luke Gotti, his chops
oh
fucking
fuck yes.
brutal.
Oh,
Like
you know what?
we've wanted
You
to,
know,
like we were talking about like going up to shows and like that's like one of the big places that we mentioned. Just because like we're good friend of the podcast is Nastico, and I would personally love to see
Yeah,
Nastico chop the shit out of Julio.
actually, I don't know if you guys were aware. I think it was the first trip we took to LWA on the vlogs when we interviewed Nastico. This is when I was just wanted to take a break from the chops because I knew I was like, nah, this is like too like I didn't chicken out, but I was like, nah, I wasn't ready. To me to get ready again, I need to get an adrenaline. But I was in Nastico. I was interviewing him, and he's like, you know what's like after he finished, he's like, you know what's sex? I'm like, what? Like, I was making myself a dumbass saying, no, what's next, man? He's like, let me chop you. I was like, nah, bro. He was actually gonna chop me, but I'm like, nah, I wasn't too ready for that.
we get Nastico, Lou, me, Angel Camacho, Zarek,
Oh,
and Onyx in a
fuck.
line to chop you. It'd be
Oh,
wonderful.
shit. Oh.
Angel Camacho alone is just like, damn, that'd be good.
So far, the hardest one I've gotten, it's kind of hard. It'll be either Príncipe Celestial, which is the luchador here, and one of our WrestleVlog crew members,
And
Gino,
and current WrestleVlog champion.
and current WrestleVlog champion. Also, Gino and ASF have chopped me pretty hard. Also, Thunder Rosa, but it's between those four that have been the hardest.
Yeah.
ASF just got like a distance and boss like it's so bad. But Gino, last time Gino got me, it was like it took off my air. I was just in my chest. I mean, like a face, like a face. And
Man,
then it was
Jackson Stone has some hard ass chops too.
yeah. Actually, ASF was like it wasn't this recent GCW show. It was the other one where Dalton and ASF chopped me. But ASF was like, at first he was like, no, I don't want to chop him, like, because we're pretty good. We know each other pretty well and stuff. We like started to be friends and stuff. And he was like, nah, I'm not gonna chop him. Like he was telling me, he was telling Zilla, like, I'm not gonna chop him. I'm not gonna chop him. And we begged him, like, come on, just mark the mark. And then he was like, well, I'm gonna ask Jackson. And Jackson was like, no, I'm not gonna chop him either. I was like, wow. So, but probably Jackson might change his mind and mark the mark.
We'll see, man. There's only one way to find out. Now, as we kind of get more towards the end, we are going to officially do the season 2 premiere. Well, not so much the premiere because we've been doing this shit, but I fucked up. It's okay. It's whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? This is WrestleVlogs. Anyway, like I was saying, Christian, we do have a segment on the show that we have all of our guests do. It's a 2-parter. The first part is called Roast This Pig. Mm-hmm. Now, what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you cut a 60-second promo on a topic of our choosing. And your topic is going to be everyone's favorite and apparently the #1 restaurant in California, Denny's.
What? I thought the #1 restaurant was In-N-Out. What the fuck?
According to Twitter, the #1 restaurant in California is Denny's. You could roast the shit out of Denny's. You could praise it if you like Denny's. I don't know anyone who does, but that's your thing. Go for it. The ball's in your court, brother. Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll give you a countdown.
Let me think, because I got a couple things to say about Denny's real quick.
Just let me know when you're ready, man.
Let's see. Alrighty. I think I am ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Now, I just got one thing to say about Denny's. The wait time for the food is longer than the Cleveland Browns getting a Super Bowl trophy, you know? Every time I go there, I see old people stuck in the heyday, and their food, the food. Let me tell you about the food. The food is god awful, stale, cold. The cooks are always probably make about $7.25 an hour, and Denny's is the worst restaurant I have ever been to in my entire life. F Denny's.
Damn, Paul.
And that's all I got to say.
Yo.
So you did have 20 seconds left, which is cool. It's not the end of the world. Actually, to be honest, it's more like 19. But anyway, so the second part, since I did mention it's a 2-parter, it is called Roast This Host. And you do have 4 options. You can either roast me, you can roast Julio. Well, even though you already roasted me.
We could get 3 options. We don't have a 4th option here, unfortunately.
Sadly, that is true. Zilla isn't here, so we'll put you down to 3. You can either roast me again, you can roast Julio for the first time, or you can roast both me and Julio. Don't tell us who, but whenever you're ready, man, just let me know and I'll give you another countdown, brother. 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, Julio, I know you like to have people chop you, and I bet that's the only time that you have women touch you, because I bet your bed life ain't that special there, bud, is it? Now, Julio, you remind me of all those bench warmers that I knew in high school. I'll snap your glasses in half and I'll step on your lunch. I saw a picture that you were dressed like Gold Dust, the fattest Gold Dust cosplay I've ever seen in my entire life. You're from the Valley? No, you're from the Valley of Mediocre. Everything in that valley is trash. Julio, when I look at you, I see a guy that wants to be in the business, but will never, ever, ever be in the business. You want to try to backdoor your way in, son? Nah, that's not how it works. When I see you, Julio, I'm going to chop you so hard that you're going to cry like a little girl, and you're going to go back to being a normal kid. Does not want to participate in wrestling ever again. Julio, that's what I got to say against you. Jock out. We good?
God damn.
You said
Paul.
God damn, that was good.
That was some good shit, not gonna lie, but
with 8 seconds to spare, damn.
I don't. That was good, but I never recalled wearing a Gold Dust
I swear I saw a picture of you wearing. Didn't you? I swear I saw a picture of you wearing a gold dust thing.
I think it was some
Am I
other
wrong?
dude.
Either way, that was fucking awesome.
But that was funny. That was
That
funny.
That's up there as one of the best fucking roasts we've ever got. Well, that Julio's ever gotten.
Okay, I swear I saw. There's a picture of you doing a gold dust thing. Like, am I tripping or no? I thought that was you, Julio.
Nah, it's not. I know who you're talking about. It's some other guy. I think I don't remember his name, but it kind of sounds like my name.
Either way,
Either way, that was
Dang.
great, man. I was like, I popped when you said that. I was like, what?
no,
I
seriously.
don't know. I feel so good about that now because now I feel like I sound dumb that I said that because you didn't wear it.
No, even better now. It just give us the reason to make Julio dress up as Goldust. So you just gave us some content, brother.
Yeah, I'll probably do it in a vlog or something.
Fair enough.
But it's funny because everyone that goes after Julio, we just end up getting the funniest fucking shit ever.
Who has roasted me so far? I can't remember.
I know, like, Great Scott singled you out. The Great
Joe DeMero?
Ones, Joe DeMero. Who else?
I can't remember.
I think no, Mastico didn't. No, I know Great Scott did because he was like he roasted you like the same thing about the chops and like the main thing that I remembered, he was like, "Let me see those man titties." That's the only reason like why I remember that, because again up there is like one of the greatest roasts period I've ever heard.
Bingo.
Right, Jingo. You heard it here, folks. Julio one day will be Goldust.
I'll be Goldust. I'll be like.
And we'll have Christian chop him to make it even better.
You know what?
I swear to God, I swear I thought that was you. I want to redo that so bad because now I feel so dumb for saying that.
Do you want to?
I think it's good. I think like what's it called? It's not bad. Nobody really knows. Well,
fuck it. I think it's awesome.
I think it's good. I never dress as Goldust, but
now you have to.
I have to.
Do it for the vlog, brother.
I'm just gotta find someone that pays good, I guess, and get us I don't know, like a jumpsuit or not a jumpsuit. I don't know I forgot what he wears. But
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I guess.
Yeah. So that was great. But don't worry, we'll keep it like that. I personally think it was a great promo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought it was fucking awesome. Again, one of the best fucking promos.
What a great way
to Julio and the host.
What a way to start season 2. So yeah. Let's wrap it up with some questions. I'm not sure if things are.
Let's move on from that.
Yeah. So I don't know if Chase has to this. I'm sure. I think if I'm not mistaken now, I hope I didn't mistake about this. You just wrestled at MPX, correct? When the show just started coming back.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I got it wrong.
Good.
But yeah, how was that match? How was that match back from everything that went down, and it's still going on with the COVID? How did that first match feel, just coming back to the ring and wrestling in front of an audience?
Well, it hurt. The first bump, hurt like hell. I hadn't taken a bump in a couple months, and brother, did I feel it for sure. And it was awesome, man. I miss wrestling shows so much, and I'm glad that they let me wrestle on their show, and I can't wait for wrestling to get back in full swing whenever that is.
Hey, that's great that now that the shows are coming back, and also here in the Valley, well, more of the lucha shows here in the Valley are coming back, but hopefully we could get Texas Wrestling League or Wrestling Revolution back in business. Once most of these problems that are going on right now just um, kind of calm down for a bit. But what else? How do you feel if the show's running back? Do you think it's already a proper time to bring him back? Do you feel there's more time, or what's your thoughts on that?
Well, that's a touchy subject, to be honest. I feel like shows can come back, as long, as it's limited capacity, people are temperature checked, and stuff like that at the door. I feel like if we just bring back shows like, MPX is doing right now, slowly, that'll be all right. But I don't think shows will be fully back, 100% capacity until probably, I want to say August at least.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say around the same time frame, around August or September. Right now, there's a lot of things opening up. I think where they do some of the lucha shows, they're already open the flea market and all the
Yeah.
things are just opening up, but it's just having precautions. Like right now at my job, they just opened back again, and we're taking precautions as well. Just anywhere you
Yeah.
go, just take precautions and whatever you're doing.
Yeah. I know VIP wrestling is coming back on July 31st. So,
We might take a trip to Dallas. Oh, last time I went to Dallas was the G1 weekend, and I went to
yeah.
the VIP show, and it was good. I liked it. I just
Yeah.
not to hate on them, but I just hated the venue. It was hot. It was at Halton City. It was at
Yeah. I
Halton
mean,
City.
I personally really like the venue. I think it's beautiful, but it does get a little steamy in there.
Yeah, yeah. I like the way how it is. It reminds me of our venue here, Cine El Rey, um, which is a historical landmark for the valley and for the city of McAllen. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it reminded me somewhat of it. But it's not like a bad place. It's just that what bothered me was the heat. But it was a great show overall, and I enjoyed it. But we hopefully go travel out to Dallas or wherever shows are coming back, and see you, of course, and mark the mark.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, brother.
I think we're gonna have Jeff Cobb on that VIP show, so
Ooh.
Oof,
I would
mark
say
the mark.
check him
Ooh.
out.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Man, Jeff Cobb's gonna kill me. Or like take one for Moonshine and Jeff.
Oh, Jesus.
Pray for you now, brother. All right, man. As we kind of wrap this up,
Uh,
let's see, Julio, anything else you want to go home with?
so I'll ask. Well, these are the usual questions we ask our guests, but I'll ask the first one. Any advice you want to give out to the people right now? I know there's some people that are. Well, it's not like how we had it on the first season, where we asked our guests, like what's how do you say, any advice like for the people that are struggling through COVID and all those situations that's going on, whatever. But in general, I'll ask any advice for the people out there going through anything tough right now or anything that's going on in the world you want to give out?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I just want to thank anybody that's experienced losing a family member to COVID, like I did not too long ago. Just stay strong. Stay positive. Just talk to your peers, because that's the most important thing through all this, man. Is just talking to your friends and talking to your people. And just making sure that you're okay mentally. And just we gotta take this one day at a time, and eventually there's gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel, and things will get back to normal. And yeah, just stay positive, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's like how you mentioned, it's pretty tough. A lot of people dealing with mental health and stuff. And I always say to myself, and I usually post on Facebook like, man, stay positive, stay great, love each other. You gotta keep everybody just moving. You gotta let anybody know that they matter, that you're not alone. There's people there for you. You just gotta reach out and just talk to someone. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. All right. So this is pretty much the last question to wrap it up. Well, not really, because then it'll be the social medias right now. Any advice you want to give out to people that want to be in the business, whether it be a ref, manager, wrestler, anybody training right now? Any advice you want to give out?
Well, see, yeah, I'm not really one to give out too much advice, as I've only been doing this for a couple of years. But the advice I can say that I've learned from my trainer is to, pick a good school. Obviously, a school of good intentions is gonna, train you properly. And just give it your all, pretty much, man. Just don't give. Just keep grinding, and yeah, just work hard, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's great. It's great advice that people should take in. As we always do these questions just to give people hope, that also to don't quit on their dreams. Of course, wrestling,
Yeah.
but anything in general, just to help them out. Chase, anything you want to add up?
Nah, man, that's pretty much it. Now, Christian, where can we find you on social media?
So Facebook, Christian Mox, Twitter is 1 second. I'm sorry.
You're good. Take your time, brother.
Yeah, Twitter is at the Jock Mox, and Instagram is at Mox the Jock. And yeah, that's where you can follow me at and just see all my stuff.
Right on, brother. Now, thank you so much, Christian, for coming on, being the first guest, season 2. Appreciate your time, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, yeah, thank you for coming. I'm so sorry that I just jumped in at a moment. I wasn't prepared that this was gonna happen. I was gonna come in late, but it's great just hearing a little bit more about you, learning more about you, and just knowing what are you doing, and also how Chase told me you haven't been here so long, but the wrestling business, but you're making a good impact and you're trying your best out there, and that's what we want to see from everybody.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Especially during times like this, man, because there's a lot of people that not a lot of good people in the business, man, and all we can do is just keep our heads down and just keep grinding.
Right on,
Right
man.
on, man.
All right, Mox. Well, like I said, man, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Yeah, take it easy, man.
I'll just like go this.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy. Take care.
You too.
All right, guys. So that was our interview with the Jock, Christian Mox. Some things were revealed about Julio, but we'll save that for the future. But yeah, guys, it was a awesome interview. We hope you guys really enjoyed it. We certainly enjoyed it. Ain't that right, Julio?
Definitely. I pop.
Easily one of the best roasts we've had in a while.
Oh, yeah. They beat everybody else.
And that's saying a lot because we've had some pretty good roasts on this podcast. But as always, guys, you can follow me on Instagram. That is at El Chazzo. That is ELCHAZZZO. And on Twitter at El Chazzo. ELCHAZZO.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Julio_VASKES. That's pretty much Julio Vasquez. On Instagram, you can follow me on Julio_VASKES2. And of course, follow WrestleVLOGs on all social media platforms. Follow follow us on Twitter at WrestleVlogs, Instagram at WrestleVlogs, and Facebook at WrestleVlogs. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode of season 2. And I hope y'all stay safe, love each other, just keep each other in harmony together. I know times are tough right now. They even got tougher, unfortunately. But we really hope y'all stay safe, stay kind, stay clean, and
Wash your fucking hands, god damn it.
if you don't wash your hands, we're gonna send over Christian Mox to tackle you to the ground and make you cry, like when Tom Brady was crying when he lost the Super Bowl. I don't even know if he was crying, but
I'm
anyways,
sure he
guys,
was.
I'm sure he was. He was crying with his kids. Goddamn, fuck Tom Brady.
And fuck high spot hangover.
Nah, I like Tom Brady. But one thing for sure is fuck the Cowboys. But anyways,
Oh.
thank you guys so much for following us. I know it's been hard. Really hope to come back and vlog for you guys, do more things, get more fan interactions. Like how I said, we're gonna bring more fans to the show here in the podcast, talk to us about their experiences and how they became fans. Actually, I'm trying to get some local celebrities here in the Rio Grande Valley to talk to us about that as well. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for supporting the product during these tough times. If you haven't, go watch all of the videos, all of the vlogs. Go watch the match I had in my car. Go watch all the other podcasts, and we'd hope to see y'all soon. Mark the mark or whatever we do, and y'all stay safe.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
y'all stay safe, guys, and take care of each other, love each other, and fuck high spot tango.
All right, take it easy, guys. And like Julio said, be excellent to one another, and fuck high spot hangover.